I'm Ryan, and I help you succeed and be happy. In today's episode, I'm going to help you find your ideal career and maybe even your ideal life with this is super fun, quick exercise. Now, this exercise is actually one that I did about 10 years ago at the University of Iowa when I was doing my master's program. It was part of my leadership program with my really awesome instructor, Jenny Wilson Peters, who I'll give credit for within the YouTube description below. She has a company right now where she teaches people how to be better leaders. And this was a super fun exercise that just helped me envision a new life for myself and envision what does my career, my day-to-day look like. And so I believe this will actually have the same impact for you. And so what will happen is I'm going to ask you a series of questions. We're going to go into like this kind of almost meditation mode. I will be off the screen. You will close your eyes, and I'm going to ask a series of questions. You're going to write some stuff down. But as you're writing stuff down, whether you're typing it out or writing it on a piece of paper, what I did back around 10 years ago when I did it is I wrote everything down. Excuse me. I wrote everything down, and I kept that paper and actually taped it on my bedroom door. And so this isn't voodoo or magic, I promise, but just having it taped up on my door and having envisioned this really helped have an impact on me achieving almost all the things on that list. So I remember some of the things was, I was having people over in my basement to watch football games, and I'm cooking for everybody, and I'm working from home. That was something I didn't do at the time. None of those things were things that I were really actively doing at the time. And then over the next 5 years, while I had that on my bedroom door, I was kind of manifesting that, or I was creating that in my daily life. And you don't really do that, or I didn't really do that by actively looking at the list every day and say, oh well, I haven't done this yet, so let's go work towards doing that. It was really just more of like, it was kind of, I've envisioned it, I've gone through the exercise of envisioning it, and then I, subconsciously I would see it occasionally, just being on my bedroom door and say, oh yeah, you know what, I achieved one of those things just recently. That's awesome. And just having that, I think having envisioned it and having it in your subconscious is really pretty helpful tool to help you figure out what your ideal career is and try to get you towards that, and as well as your ideal life. And jotting that on a paper, and then you're affirming it by writing it down. So it's really powerful. And so again, subconsciously as you know what your vision is, and you're like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. As you go through life, you're going to subconsciously maybe make more decisions towards building that ideal life and have a happier life as well as a happier career, whatever that is. So this is a really, really great tool for if you don't know what your ideal career is or you don't know what your ideal life is, this is going to help you envision that and get you towards that. So for the instructions for this, I'll ask you to close your eyes here shortly. I'll kind of kick over to another recording where I recorded this, but you're going to close your eyes while I read the questions, and I'll have some pauses in between the questions. You're just going to write down what comes to mind. This is kind of the first thing that comes to mind that really resonates with you. You're not going to overanalyze or think of things necessarily. You're not going to try to think, oh, well, I want this because of this. You're not going to be thinking of this to that. You're just going to be kind of thinking about what resonates with me. What's the first thing that comes to my mind? And you're going to write that down or type it out. So after the exercise, I encourage you to review what you looked at. Do not make any major changes. I don't want you to go back and say, oh, well, now that I'm using my brain and thinking about this, I want to add this on or I want to change this. Really want you to stick with what your gut instinct is on these items. I mean, maybe you can change a the or some little small words, but don't change the context of what you originally thought of. And I highly encourage you to tape this to your door or put this in a dresser or something where you're going to see it almost every day. You don't necessarily need to actively look at it every day, but it is something that would be good that when you notice is you'll see it occasionally. Like bathroom mirrors are really great for affirmations and things like that. And this is kind of similar to an affirmation. So I highly encourage you to try that out. But with that, guys, I love you and enjoy the activity. Close your eyes. It is now 5 years from today. Write down this future date. And you're now about to live a new day, a working day. As you awaken, look out the window of your room. What is the season? What is the climate? What's the landscape look like? Where in the world are you living? Now turn to your side. On this perfect day, is there someone there with you? Or is this perfect day one in which you wake up on your own? Are there sounds of others or the sounds of solitude? Are there animals or plants around you? It's time to get up. Will you exercise or will you go straight to your shower or bath? Imagine your preparation for the day. Now it's time to get dressed. How are you dressed? Now it's time for breakfast. Will you eat at home or will you go out? Will you share this breakfast time with others? It's time now for work. Will you work where you live or will you go somewhere to work? How will you arrive at work? Now imagine that you arrived at your workplace. Look around you. It is the perfect place for you to work. Are you outside or inside? Are there people, animals, plants, machines, computers, technology, tools, books, art? Are you creating, leading, teaching, guiding, repairing, presenting, expressing your ideas, arranging, crafting, IT, driving, flying, writing, engaging in a sport, performing, serving, persuading, analyzing, reading, meditating, inventing? What is your favorite part of your work? The morning is over and you're hungry. What will you do for lunch? Where will you go? And who will be with you? After lunch, will you do the same tasks as you did in the morning? Or will your day change? What is the first thing you do? Where are you? The time goes by. Are you having a wonderful time? Are you doing what you love the most? And are you feeling challenged, excited, and happy? What are you doing that makes you feel good? It's late afternoon now. How will you make the transition from work to relaxation, rest, or recreation? Will you spend time on your own? Or will you see family or friends? Imagine now it is almost evening and you are at home. Walk outside the place you live and look at it. Walk around the building. Do you live in an apartment, a condo, a house, a motorhome, an RV, a cabin? Where do you live? Walk inside. Is there anyone there? Family or friends? Pets? Go to your favorite room. What is it like? Upstairs or downstairs? What are the colors? Now you are hungry for dinner. What will you do for dinner? Will you eat at home or elsewhere? Alone or with others? What will you do after dinner? Will you rest or are there other activities? It is getting late and you are tired. Go to a window or doorway and look outside. Can you see the sky from where you live? Look up at the stars and think about this day. Are you happy about how you spent your day? What was it about this day that was so right? How do you feel about yourself? It is now time to come back from this journey into the future. Place yourself back in the now, today's date, today. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back.